Welcome back to Drip Music X Thursday Artist Interviews, and we got a special guest and great episode tonight. Real Stash, take it over.
Yeah, tonight we're very happy to have Curran Murphy, who is the guitar player for Venom Inc. On top of that, he has his own music studio. He's got a business out of there fixing up gear. I believe he's got a record store as well. Plus, he's on tour all over the place. So welcome, Curran. It's great to have you.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for the invite, man. I'm excited to talk some shit. No, just kidding. Talk music and have a good time. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You never know. There's always some shit talking on this show. It's going to happen at some point. Don't worry.
Metric system, good or bad?
Yeah. That's a fresh Bueller argument right there.
We use freedom fractions.
Freedom fractions.
What's a freedom? What does that mean?
What's the metric system?
A tool of the devil.
What freedom fractions? Is that you making fun of America with that one?
Yeah, miles and stuff. It's not making fun of. It
sounds
Instead
like
of freedom fries.
Yeah.
I think it's making fun of. I think it's a shot because we use stupid measurement systems that the rest of the world don't use. I think that's what you're trying.
Well, no, because I actually think that like certain measurements are for certain things, and I think that
keep
the Brits and the Americans. Both the Brits and the Americans are like, no, use this, when you should use both for what they're meant for.
Listen, you keep your penis measurements to yourself. Now I know where you're going with this, talking about which there's certain things for certain measurements that work better.
Don't quote old magic to me, which
just because you like centimeters better than inches, because it seems like a lot more.
That's not what I said at all.
That's what he's saying. You said.
There we go. The shit talking has commenced. Curran, how are you tonight, man? You're a busy guy. We appreciate you coming on.
I'm good. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Definitely in that pre-tour panic mode where I don't feel like I'm rehearsed enough. I'm doing a thing where I'll be bringing my amps over for the tour. So I decided I'd build a new one. And I just got it running like literally 5 minutes before coming onto this, but I got to do a little troubleshooting on some noise and stuff. And one of the channels isn't working right. So, but rehearsals, I always call it this thing, leading up to tour, I always kind of block out like 2 weeks of, fuck you. I don't do anything but rehearse. And that whole 2 week build is like, God, oh fuck, I'm not going to be ready. And I always turn that corner a couple days before I got to fly out. And today was that corner. I turned the corner today. I played through about 48 songs today. Wow. I felt really, really good about all of them. Still a little wobbly and forgetful on a couple of solos on a few bits, but I can just take those sections and run them for an hour each and get them drilled back in. So it's nice to know that after, not playing some of these songs for over a year and a half or almost, year and a half, some of them I haven't played, that like the riffs are still in the wrinkles in my brain and the muscles in my hands. So that, and again, getting the amp up and running. I'm building this new amp I'm building to run on Euro voltage, so 240 volts instead of 120, which is like, is it gonna fucking work, or blow up when you first power it up? And then one of the ones that I've been using for rehearsals here, I got to convert over to 240. So it's still got some stuff to do, and I fly out Sunday, so I got time. I got time, right, guys?
Yeah, you got time.
Okay.
A little bit.
Thanks for backing me up on that one because I'm worried I don't have time.
No, you have time. You got it, bro.
Just don't sleep. Just
Do
don't
you
sleep.
normally not take amps and stuff on tour with you?
Well, normally what happens is we'll rent backline over there. And this time around, um, with all the madness going on in the world, a lot of bands are canceling tours. So a lot of the tour companies, backline companies, bus companies, various other things that you need to make a tour happen, their prices are going up, and they're also changing their policies about things. Usually, you'll do like a 50% deposit for, like, you're renting a tour bus for 6 weeks. It's this much money. 50% deposit, paid the day you show up. And then over the course of the tour, every week you send in a payment. And you'll give them, like a couple of grand as a holder deposit for the bus. Well, that's fucking out the window. Now, a lot of the companies are demanding paid in full, no refunds whether you cancel or not, and the prices have all gone crazy. So the equipment thing, normally you can rent a bunch of cabinets and amps and stuff for a reasonable amount of money. Now it's like quadruple in price, to where I just told Tony, hey, I'm on Facebook Marketplace in London. This Marshall 412 cab from this guy and this 412 from that guy. And how far is too far of a drive? And he's like, dude, whatever you need me to do, because it's cheaper for me to buy cabinets and just leave them in Tony's garage, than it is to rent gear. So we're gonna stop renting gear now. We are gonna have a storage space for backline and drum kit and bass rigs and guitar cabinets, and I'm gonna fly a couple of my amps over and just fucking leave them. So that's why, building the new one and then converting one over that I have here, that's one of my been one of my backups for the last couple of years. So I'd rather pay the $500 in airplane baggage fees to fly my amps over and just leave them there in their road cases than pay $3,000 to rent a head for 6 weeks. Yeah. And have it be, like, wow, I can have my guitar sound now. Woohoo! So there's a little ego thing there too. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my tone. Nobody fucking cares except for me, but
Now, is it the prices? Is that the main reason? They said a lot of artists are canceling tours and stuff, or is there something more to that?
Well, I don't know about other artists specifically, but what it feels like to me, kind of what I'm seeing, is there have been so many band cancellations over the last month and a half, 2 months. And I mean, you've got, like, plane ticket prices have doubled.
Oh yeah.
You've got fuel costs for buses. You've got all the changes in policies for, renting buses and this and that. And getting that money together, yeah, you might be able to, with your guarantee money on the tour, yeah, we can afford the bus, but we can't pay for the bus all up front.
Right.
Because of how promoters and booking agents and how deposits for shows work, and when you get paid the rest of the money after you're done playing. Some countries hold money for taxes, so it's like, it's a big balancing act. And I'm not complaining, I'm not whining. Please don't anybody think that. But it's, you're juggling so many expenses, and so many of those expenses depend on if this, then that. And if this don't, then that can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to have it shift and change with almost no warning, and again, it's the madness with the Mango Mussolini and the Iran war, and all the craziness going on there. it's not all of it, but it's definitely not fucking helping it.
Aliens. Right, aliens.
Yeah,
it's their fault. That's what I'm blaming it on.
The reptile overlords have decided they're gonna
fuck everything up.
Strike the wheat from the chaff. only the strong shall survive. Hail Zargvoth.
Hey, they're lizard people and all this other stuff. I'm gonna make some type of pokeballs and start catching these creatures. Making my bitches. My lizard bitches.
I believe that.
So, Curran, we're talking about touring. You've been on a lot of tours. Where's your favorite place to tour at? Where's your favorite location or country or?
Oh, wow. So I love touring in Europe. So, I just dig Europe. It's a cool part of the world. You can take a 30-minute plane flight and be in another country that speaks a different language. So for me, I mean, a favorite country, that's kind of tough because it's
our favorite city is like, well, there's gonna be somewhere where you had like the best, maybe the most memorable time or something like that.
I really, really enjoy Germany. I dig the vibe in that country. Frankfurt, Dusseldorf, Berlin, those parts of Germany are amazing. Austria, which is essentially, it's just right next door to Germany and is incredible. Something as simple as just walking the street, like tour bus parks by the venue. You can't get into the venue for 4 or 5 hours. Man, I hop off the bus and I go for a fucking walk. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. I go and, if it's the afternoon, I'll find a bar and sit down and order a local Pilsner and just hang out and read a book or, relax until it's time for load in. If it's the morning, I'll go find a coffee shop, sit down, get a cup of coffee and a croissant or something.
If you're in Germany in the morning, you get a beer.
That's what I was going to say.
or you can get a beer in the morning. Thankfully, they don't frown on that there. It's like, breakfast beer. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was there getting coffee in the morning, and I'm watching these like 65, 70-year-old ladies ordering beers at the 8:30 in the morning, and I'm like, wow, hardcore.
Man. Quality of life and pace of life. You can't. It's hard to argue with that. But I mean, really, I kind of get teased about it a little bit. I'm always so excited to tour. Even going through the fucking airport in the Netherlands is like, so for me, it's all an adventure. It's all exciting. I just enjoy the hell out of it. I mean, Christ, on my first show with Venom Inc., when I was just filling in, my first show was in Jakarta. We played the Hammer Sonic Festival. It was like, 54,000 people, and, no rehearsals, no sleep, and, play for 50 minutes and have a great time. I had an 8-hour layover in Tokyo. My plane landed at like 4 a.m. and I get off and I'm like, I wonder if I can just catch a cab into the city, at 4 or 5 in the morning or whatever the fuck, and go to the immigration, customs or whatever. And they're like, all right, sir, how long is your stay? What are you doing here? And I'm like, well, I'm on layover. I'm flying back to the U.S. They're like, how long are you here for? 8 hours. You want to go into the city? I'm like, yes, I do. I will give you a 6-hour pass. I'm like, sweet. So they let me check all my luggage in a locker and caught a cab and got a cup of coffee in downtown fucking Tokyo.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's all great, man. It's such a fucking privilege, such a privilege what I get to do traveling the world and playing guitar. It's like if I just sat in an airport for 8 hours, I feel like that would be rude to the opportunity.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's like even touring in the US, it's like if we were in where the hell were we? Down Corpus Christi, Texas. We got there, 6 a.m., load-ins at noon, rented one of those little electric scooter widgets and just blitzed all over downtown Corpus Christi, put my feet in the ocean. I mean, I feel like you have to do that kind of shit. You have to, or you're squandering it.
Yeah, you're there. If you don't, you miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
When
Go ahead.
when you got the call to fill in on that first show in Jakarta,
Yeah.
how much time did you have to get ready for that? How many songs did you have to learn? What was that like?
Well, that's actually kind of a two-parter there. So originally, Tony had reached out to me about filling in for a South America tour run, like 5 shows co-headlining with Possessed. He asked me because Jeff didn't want to do that run. I don't know if he's an anti-vaxxer or what, but it required like 7 or 8 vaccination shots, like malaria, yellow fever, typhoid. Like, if you don't get that shit and you go down to South America, a mosquito's going to kill your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't want to do any of that. Contracts had been signed, and Tony reached out and said, "Hey, would you want to fill in and just this run, these 5 shows?" And it's like, dude, I told him, man, I'm already at the airport. What? It's not for 3-4 weeks. Anyway, the answer was an obvious yes. Well, then, so Tony sent me a song list, like 38 songs. I'm like, all right, I'll start working on this. I got 4 weeks, make it happen. Tony calls me 2 weeks later. Jeff has had his second heart attack. And he's like, hey, would you be ready to go? We got this festival in Jakarta in Indonesia, Hammer Sonic. Can you do it? And I'm like, well, not 38 songs, motherfucker. And he's like, no. It's a festival date. It's like maybe 50 minutes, like 18 songs. I'm like, great. Send me the list that you want me to do, and I'll just work on those 18. And he sent them. I already had learned 14 known 14 of the 18. So it was like another 4 I had to learn. Like, all right, great. So I kept working on the other stuff for South America because Tony told me, I'm like, dude, how long? I mean, this is like a 2-hour fucking set. What's going on? He's like, no. We're co-headlining with Possessed. Like, we're going to play for an hour and 15. They're going to play for an hour and 15. But I want to rotate songs every night. I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. So I had like a week and a half to prep for Jakarta. And I, I'm like, well, hey, Tony, since it's such short notice, can we arrange a rehearsal like when we get to Jakarta? Because they're in the UK, I'm here in the US. And he's like, yeah, let me talk to the promoter. We'll get it. We'll see if we can get it sorted out. Great. Tony called. Yep, the promoter's got a space for us. Gear's going to be there. We'll get, day before we'll get in. We'll rehearse. We'll go over some stuff. I'm like, oh, thank God. Fucking great. Fly over. I get over there a day early, and Tony and Mark's flights are delayed. No rehearsal. Tony and Mark got into town super late the night before we played. I ended up hanging out with the guys from Suffocation and Misery Index and Yngwie Malmsteen's band, and we shut the bar down and had a great time. Just wild fun time in Jakarta. Bunch of loud berserk Americans. Next day, Tony and Mark got into town, so we did like a little plinky rehearsal in the Tony's hotel room.
Right.
And it really consisted of like, okay, hey, Curran, at the end of this song, do this. And then Mark's going to count 4 and we're going to go into that song. I'm like, oh, okay. So that was the rock endings and the rock starts. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it.
I'll remember that.
Yeah. So, that was the first show, walk out on stage, no rehearsal, 54,000 people or whatever.
And how did the show go?
It went great. I mean, like in the first 30 seconds, I knocked over a pyrotechnic flamethrower, and just complete and utter chaos. The amp side requested, like one of them couldn't even power on. But it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. I was very happy with how I played. Tony and Mark were very, pat on the back. Well done, man. It was absolutely a total blast. Later on, 3-4 months later, I've done the South America run, and we'd done some festival dates and everything. And Mark and I were hanging out, after one of the festivals, having some drinks. And he leans in. He's like, "Hey, Curran, just want to let you know that, even though we still don't know what's going on with Jeff, I told Tony after the first show, it's like, I really want to figure out a way to keep you in Venom Inc. Like, we've got to figure this out." And Tony said, agreed with me after the first show. I'm like, "Really?" It's like, "Oh yeah, it was great. It was great." And it speaks, to for me and for the other two, it really speaks to, we've got this really awesome, just natural chemistry. We're just right off the rip. Our personalities, we all get along really well. We've been on tour all over the world, months on end, and we, not to tempt the fates or anything, but we haven't had a blowout fuck you fight. We're on tour in the US in the middle of the winter for 2 months, and 6 weeks in, we're on the bus laughing and goofing around, and I stop and I look at everyone. I'm like, "Mark, Tony, when do we start hating each other and fighting?" Because it hadn't happened. And I've been in bands where it's like a week in, the band is ready to break up and everybody wants to kill everybody, and it's like everybody's medicating just to get through the tour. It's like, Jesus, man. Well, this is what it's like. This is how it is. And so it's this crazy, funny polar opposite with Venom Inc. with, being in a band with Tony and Mark, being friends with Tony and Mark, and being in business with Tony and Mark. It's completely great, and it's been over 2 years now. And you can always say, like, "Well, when's the honeymoon over? When's the other shoe going to drop?" All that shit. And we've done everything that a band does and not had the negative issues come up yet. So, it's
Fingers crossed.
It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah. That's great if you get that situation, for sure.
I agree. I agree. So
what percentage of songs you guys play are old Venom versus the Venom Inc. stuff?
Well, let's see here. I would say it's probably about 20% classic Venom. So, like Witching Hour and Black Metal and Bloodlust and Countess Bathory and Sons of Satan. I think we In League with Satan was another one that we did a lot. But this last year, I think we played Bloodstock Winter Gathering, and the promoter booked us on the condition that we only play one Venom Inc. album from start to finish. It was his favorite record, and he said, "I want to book you guys, but I only want you to play the Ave album from start to finish, every song on it. If you guys say yes to that, I'll book you." It's like,
Yep,
Tony,
sure.
Tony's like, "Well, sure," because now with me in the band and Mark in the band, that can happen. It's not, "Well, no, we got to play," they're not going to want to hear any of that shit, or, people not wanting to learn the songs or not being able to learn or play the songs or whatever the fuck, now it's literally like, "Tony, send me the song list." All right, I'll fucking figure it out, So with that being said, this Black Label Society tour coming up, we're leaning on pretty much just Venom Inc., which I'm fine with. We
Right.
just went and did South America, and I think each night we played like 2 or 3 of the classic Venom songs, the legacy songs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not any kind of a from the attitude of, fuck those songs and fuck that band and fuck the fans or talking shit. There's so much music. Literally, we could play a 2.5-hour set and still have 2 hours of music to play.
Right.
If we played every song that I know, that's how long we could fucking play. So really, it becomes, how much time do we get? what do we want to play? We do play a bunch of the Demolition era Venom, the stuff that Tony wrote, like Primeval, Wastelands, Temples of Ice, stuff like that. So, we play that stuff, but that also makes sense too because Tony wrote a lot of it,
Right.
and Tony's played it for years. And when Tony was the front man and bass player for Venom in the late '80s and early '90s, they put out 4 studio albums, an EP, a live DVD or VHS or whatever. I mean, they put out a body of work with Tony in Venom, and when Tony was in Venom, they were playing those classic songs too. So it's kind of that thing of like, it's part of Tony's legacy now as well.
Right.
And in my head, it would be shitty to not honor that legacy. It would be shitty to not play those songs out of spite or some kind of ego thing. The other thing, I mean, when you're walking the streets of, wherever planet Earth, and somebody recognizes you and walks up and says, "Oh man, I can't wait to see you play tonight. Are you going to play?" Insert their favorite song title here. And it's like, yeah, we can play that. We can do that. All right. What the hell? Walking the streets. Tony and I'll walk sometimes and people will come up and, "Oh, are you guys playing Bloodlust tonight?" Tony will look at me and I'm like, "Oh, I guess we're playing Bloodlust tonight."
You put that on the list.
Or one of my favorite stories, and I've told this story before on other interviews and shit recently. We were playing on the last European tour when we had Krizian out with us and Hate and Otter. We played over in Europe for like 6 weeks, and it was a great tour, super fun, great turnout, great crowds, all the cool shit. We're playing one show, and there was a kid at the barrier, and he had his cell phone up. And I'm like, is he filming? All right, okay. But then I see, oh no, wait, wait, he's got it facing me. What the fuck is that? What? And it was his Spotify playlist. So I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, please, he's doing this number. Please. I can't read it because it's 10 feet away. So I climb down off the fucking stage in the middle of a song while we're playing. Go up to the barrier. I'm like, fucking show me your phone, Junior. What's going on? And it's please play Don't Burn the Witch. Please. Oh my God. It's my favorite song of the evening. I'm like, all right, well, go ask Tony. So I climb back on the stage, still playing in the middle of the song. Walk over to Tony during the music break. We're playing. I'm like, "Hey Tony, kid out there wants us to play Don't Burn the Witch. He's got his Spotify playlist up." And he's like, "Well, you want to play?" I'm like, "Sure." Next, all right, go. "Hey Mark, fuck the set list. We're playing Don't Burn the Witch." "Oh, all right." We just fucking drop it in the middle of the set. Why the hell not? I mean, come on. When you've got fans of that music literally begging you in the crowd, holding up their phones, or you meet them on the street walking around, man, it's pretty fucking hard to say no. And I don't got a problem playing any of those tunes. They're fun songs. They're classic songs, man. Shit, when I was learning that stuff, I'm like, well, there's Seek and Destroy. There's, the Four Horsemen riff. There's,
all stolen right from
the Lights. That I'm like, all the bands that inspired me to play were inspired by this. Holy, this is great. So, yeah, man. But for the Black Label thing, we got the new mini LP that we finished recording here at my studio, and it's mixed, and we're waiting for it for release date and all that cool stuff. But we're probably going to play like every song we recorded off of that one. So
how many songs on it?
There's seven.
And that's and that's an EP, 7 songs.
It's like a mini LP. So yeah. So there's we did a really cool cover on there. I can't tell you any song titles, right? I'm sorry, guys. We did a really cool cover on there. There's 2 brand new original songs, and then we took some stuff from the Demolition era of Venom that we've been playing live. That Tony he said, "Hey, I want to do this and this and this and this." It's like, all right, fuck, I'm not interested in. There's nothing to argue about. It's let's
do it.
Let's have some fun. So we, a couple of those songs and redid them and got updated, incredible drums with Mark and me getting to play guitar and put my little spin on some stuff. And yeah, baby, got
Awesome.
nice big huge bass tone for Tony. Like literally had gigantic 8x10 and 215 cabinets rattling the loud room. It's great. It's great.
Now that mini LP is, I know you said you don't have a date yet, but assuming it's probably coming out before the end of this year, that's the goal.
Oh yeah, well, so there's a slew of stuff that Tony's working really hard to get organized for release this year. So there's the mini LPs, the first thing that's going to hit. We did a live in the studio thing at Kiss FM in Sao Paulo, Brazil, at the end of our run with Forbidden and Violence, where we recorded 5 songs. We were supposed to record 6. We forgot one. So that has already been their version of it, video and audio version of it is already out, has been released online. But I did a remix here at my studio of those 5 songs, and Tony loved it, and we're going to release that as a thank you to Sao Paulo, to Brazil, for being so great to us every time we go down there. So that's coming out in Brazil first, and then it'll be worldwide a few months after that. And then we've been recording almost every single live show since I started filling in and then officially joined Venom Inc. So there's a mountain of live material. So Tony is kind of going through and like he's got a live album in his head that he wants to put out of like so many songs. So that's going to come out before the end of the year. And then we are already planning a full length, all original, all new Venom Inc. music before the end of the year. So right now it kind of boils down to just scheduling and logistics as far as getting all of those things put together, ready for release, artwork, and figuring out release dates with the label and it just stuff that'll make your head spin. Just, to get one record out is like, what? Why is it so difficult? Well, it just is. Sometimes you got to promotion and this and that, and the production house can't get it done until this date, so that means the release date has to be here. So all the promotion has to happen here, so we won't be able to do this till then. It's like you don't know this stuff until you're smacked with it in the face again and again and again and again. But
it's all out of your control.
It's the only thing I can do is show up and play my ass off, and you do. Try and be ready for the studio. So the great thing is, Tony already had a pile of songs, and then I write all the time, and I've been sending Tony stuff for the last year and a half. And at one point, I think I sent him like 3 or 4 songs over a weekend, and he messaged me and he's like, because I send him stuff and I really don't hear anything. He's like, yeah, that's cool, Curran, that's cool. I'm like, all right, he's not interested in what that was or what that is in my head. And he messaged me, he's like, hey, Curran, we got a problem. I sent him like 3 or 4 songs. And he's like, I'm like, what's the matter, Tony? What's going on? And he's like, man, we got too many songs. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, everything you sent me should be on a Venom Inc. record. Dude, I sent like 12 songs. He's like, I know. We got a problem. We got all my stuff. We got all your stuff. And then we're going to keep writing. What the fuck are we going to do? I'm like, dude, we need to record it all. That's what we did. So that was, that's kind of the fun thing about it is we know we've got enough material. So we've been having production meetings about how we're going to organize that for the full length here before the end of the year. So not just recording it, but choosing which songs and who's the producer going to be, where are we going to record it, England, US, LA, here again in Ohio. I don't know. I'm excited to get more music done. I mean, why not?
Now, do you have a tour that's coming up, or are you on tour right now? You're just taking a break.
So we've got a full like almost 6 weeks in Europe coming up. I fly out this Sunday.
Oh yeah, you said you're flying out Sunday.
Yeah, so we're going out with Black Label Society. We're direct support for them.
Zach
for like,
Wild.
Yeah, Zach's band. Yeah, so for like 13 shows. So we start in Glasgow, Scotland, which is already sold out. We got 2 UK, London. Or we got a London show sold out. I think France is sold out. There's like 4 or 5 shows are already sold out for the Black Label run, and then another 3 or 4 of them are like super low ticket numbers now. But it's the summer festival season. So on the off days from the Black Label run, Black Label's doing festivals. We're doing headlining shots at halls and venues around that. I think we got 1 or 2 festivals that we're doing as well. So I think I'm over there for like 5 weeks on this run. Then there's a 2-week break, and then there's another festival in July, then another little break, and then there's a festival in August. But Tony's already been telling me that we're getting threatened with more dates in and around there. So it's like, hey man, I'm at the airport waiting. Let's go.
Let's play.
Let's go.
Good problems to have.
Yeah, listen to me. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, actually, friends of mine are like, dude, the flight must suck. Like 8 hours on a plane. Oh God, that would suck. I'm like, no, it's actually 8 hours of uninterrupted. I can't do anything time. I just have to sit there and watch movies instead of, when I'm home, it's like, well, I could be in the studio writing a song, or I could be building another amp, or, oh, somebody needs me to fix an amp. Okay. I'm forced to actually sit and relax and not work.
You're forced to, because you can't do anything else.
I can catch up on all my Friends episodes.
So you've got the recording studio, and you've got the company where you're making amps and different repairing also. I see.
Yeah.
Have you created anything real crazy? Yeah, I know you're talking about the real heavy amp earlier.
Yeah,
250 or whatever. I can't remember what the number was.
The Cam 850 M2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my heaviest, most high gain amp. I actually have another amp. I'm probably going to call it the 850 MX because it's I've added another tube of gain to the circuit, so it's going to be pretty goddamn crazy. It's also going to have some MIDI programmability to it for channel changing and things like that. So that's like the craziest thing, but I've been sitting on that project for a couple of years now, and hopefully I can find some time to sit down and finish that one out. But I have a good friend of mine in North Carolina who did the PCB layout and the design of not the circuit, that's my design, but the PCB and the MIDI controller board and all these little things. So he's going to come up here and we're going to finish the prototype together because it's a pretty intense build. And then, launch that maybe by the end of the year if I can find some time for it. Who knows?
Now, yeah. I've also heard on another interview that you had that you also are producing some music for some other bands.
Yes. Well, so my studio here, Custom Audio Mutation, it's also my amplifier company, my amp repair and guitar repair company. So I've had a couple of different bands in over the last few months around the Venom Inc. record, a really killer stoner rock band called Megaton Communion.
Oh yeah,
they're absolutely ridiculously great.
Yeah, Joe and the boys were on our show.
Oh well, there you go. So
we
know.
We love them. They're great.
Yeah, their new record is excellent. It's absolutely.
I can't wait to hear it,
dude. It makes cactuses grow tall. It's awesome. So just finished up their new record. Oh boy, I'm spacing out. I've had so many fucking bands over the last 6 months. God damn it. Um, so been finishing mixes on another project. Just sent those stereo masters off to Andy LaRock to be mastered. Yeah, the Megaton, Venom Inc., another thing. Yeah, so I have bands that come to me, to make records and everything. I kind of my studio isn't a studio where I have to have bands in all the time to like pay the bills. It I can be picky about who comes in. You know what I mean? So if I like the band, if I'm good friends with people, come on in. We'll make a record. It'll be fun. So that's kind of how the studio is. Excuse me, how the studio is for me. It's more. I love producing records. I love making records. I know I'm pretty good at it, but it's really more about making great records for bands that I think are really good and people that I think are really good. So it's fun, a lot of fun. And then the amp company, I just love building stupid high gain tube amps and all that. And then amp repairs, guitar repairs. That's kind of people found out that I build amps, and they're like, "Well, can you help me? Like my amp isn't working right." Like, see if I can fix it, and I have to learn how to fix amps now. So I've been doing that now for about 8 or 9 years for people, and like I'm real lucky. I got people that trust me with their gear, that pay me to fix their equipment, and I got maniacs that are shipping me amps from across the country to fix now. It's like, dude, I know a guy in your town. He was like, nope, won't you? Oh, flattering. I'll take it. All right.
Yeah, you've anchored yourself as a specialty person, a specialty fixer, as something like what I'm trying to say. I can't think of the word that I was
specialist.
Specialist.
Yeah, a specialist.
Well,
actually,
exactly. I don't know if you guys know anything about guitar amps, but there's a company called Mesa Boogie. They're a amplifier company that like Metallica has used, and they have really popular amps that have been around for decades. And a lot of those amps are coming up on what I call their sell by date. They're starting to develop fucking problems, and they're really hard to work on because they're not particularly well built, in my opinion. And I just had a rash of them come in, like 3 or 4 all at once, and they're massively difficult to fix. But I post pictures on Facebook and shit, and I made a joke like, "Oh man, I'm the boogeyman now." And one of my clients that I fixed his amp, he loved it. He posted it in a bunch of boogie groups, and now I got guys shipping me these boogie amps from New York and California and Texas. It's like
all with the same problem.
Oh yeah. They're all, because again, they're all so old. They all start to develop the same issues that it's standard maintenance that tube amps need. But because of the way these Mesa amps are built, they're incredibly difficult to service. So it's like finding.
But they must sound good, yes.
They definitely do a cool thing. I own like 5 of them. But I know that other amps that are more affordable and built better can do the same damn thing. But Mesa's got great marketing. James Hetfield played this amp, so everybody has to have that amp.
Mm-hmm.
So they can sound like James Hetfield.
Exactly. Oh, and play exactly like James. Now I'll be able to play Master of Puppets.
It's like the same thing with software. I remember back in the day, Pro Tools was like the biggest thing. You had to use Pro Tools, and now there's a lot of different programs you can use that does the exact same thing as Pro Tools, and they're a fraction of the cost. Some of them free.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here in my studio, I use Reaper.
Oh, I love Reaper. That's what I use too.
It's bulletproof. It never crashes. The drum editing is phenomenal. The workflow is incredible. The MIDI implementation is bulletproof. The reason why Pro Tools, you got to use Pro Tools. You got to use They were the first company to actually get to the finish line.
Yeah.
Where it worked. Maybe not great, but it fucking worked.
Yeah.
And so they, the industry standard. That's what, a lot of guys don't understand. When somebody says industry standard, it just means that those guys got there first.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they're the best or still the best or still innovative or innovating. Shit works.
They were
Okay.
Now, what do you think about AI in music?
Oh, AI in music? Yeah, fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. It's just bullshit. I mean, it's fucking bullshit. If somebody who isn't a musician has fun and tinkers around and this and that, that's great. But if a band is using AI to make songs, write songs, finish songs, complete songs, fuck you. Fuck right, man. I even get squirrely about like AI artwork. Like a lot of the podcasts and interviews and stuff we're doing, they'll put up like promotional images of Venom Inc. of us that they've filtered through AI. And it's like, I always worry that, it's like, well, dude, we're not doing it. We're not using AI artwork, or I don't want to use this stuff. But that's them using it, because what I've really seen happen now, and it's rapid fire, is in maybe the last 2 or 3 months, the insane hate-filled backlash against AI, against AI music, AI videos, AI graphics, and good, fuck you, because artwork I like a human to make it. I mean, there was a huge backlash against computer generated graphics when that came out, but it was still human beings making the art, like synthesizers and synth pop and drum machines and all that. Bjork famously said, "Oh, people think that this computer music that I do doesn't have a soul." Well, of course it does, because it's me programming it. I'm putting my soul into these little computer things, and I like the little sounds that it makes, and that's my art. All right, there's still a human dictating the notes, dictating the rhythm, dictating the structure. AI, you type in 4 chords and one song lyric or a sentence, and tell it, oh, I want it to sound like country, or oh, I want it to sound like hip hop, and it combobulates. That's not a human being creating anything. That's a human being just feeding data points into a computer to create a facsimile of what it thinks hip hop is, or country music is, or heavy metal is. Fuck AI.
That's some solid points there. Now, speaking of rapid fire, we've reached the point of the show where it's going to get rapid fire. Fresh.
Was that fucking AI? No.
Yep. And what do you do, Fresh?
So right. I'm going to ask you about 10 questions.
Okay.
Just give me the first thing that pops to your head. Sentence or 2 answer. Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. The questions aren't too crazy, or my answers shouldn't be too crazy?
In length.
Okay.
Although, if it's juicy, don't stop. So, all right. So, if you had to describe your sound as a weapon or a tool, which weapon or tool would it be, and why?
It would be a 40,000-pound freight train, because I jokingly refer to Venom Inc. as the ultimate analog experience. Big, loud, organ rearranging volume.
Love that. Do you have a go-to ritual or habit that helps you get in the zone before a show or before you record?
No.
Okay. Have you ever written a song that you loved and chose not to release it?
No.
What's a lesson that you've learned about the industry that you wish you knew earlier in your career?
It's all friends and favors.
What's one genre or musical style that you'd like to experiment with in the future?
Tech death.
If someone made a movie about your life, what would the theme song be? How does your approach to music reflect the way you live your life outside of music?
As honestly as I can.
Cool. What would you say is the most surreal experience that you've had since starting to make music?
Playing in front of 500,000 people without being technically on the show and having those people chant the band's name before we even started to fucking play.
Where was that?
That was Poland Rock with Venom Inc. We were a last minute ad because the band that was the metal band that was supposed to be on this festival had actually gotten sick, like they couldn't travel, ill. So we were asked last minute, like 2 weeks before the show, will you guys play? So all the promotional material, all the posters, all the flyers, everything. Our Venom Inc. is not on any of it. None of it. We're not on the show. We show up. We are backstage, getting ready to get on stage and get ready to play. And the crowd, Venom Inc., Venom Inc., how the fuck did they know? Who told them? What? Are you kidding me? And then we went out and we fucking killed it.
That's
absolutely 500,000 people. Biggest show I've played in my entire life. And
was it like a big fee? What
huge.
Was the venue?
It was an outdoor festival. It was an outdoor 3-day festival called Poland Rock. And that was surreal. Absolutely. Like, here, I'm really 500,000 motherfucker. Like, you look to the left, you look to the right, and you look back, and it's just the people don't end. And we were supposed to play 45 minutes, and we played for like an hour and 15. And on festivals, you're not allowed to play over. They don't want you to play. You play over, you'll never be booked again. And the word,
they're on a strict time.
Well, yeah, because they also have a sound permit, right? They got to shut down by a certain time.
Well, there's crew and there's curfews and there's overtime. There's all kinds of shit. We finished our set and walked off, and they're like, no, go back out, play more. 2 times they did that to us. Go back out and play more. And we played for like an hour and 15 minutes, which is crazy. Like, oh, okay. So that was how good that show was, how well we played, how just the energy, the vibe, the crowd, the promoter came out on stage. We did pictures on stage with the promoter. It was absolutely flawless victory.
Nice. And the last, cliche question: if you could collaborate with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Ooh. Man, that's awesome. I got to be honest. I would really dig working with James Hetfield from Metallica. That would be cool as fuck. I think some really good, fun thrash metal could happen.
Cool.
Was he a big influence on you?
Absolutely. When I first started playing guitar, all I wanted to be was James Hetfield. The second guitar I ever bought, I found at a pawn shop, $125. It was an Arbor Star guitar. So you guys know the Star guitar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it kind of looks like an Explorer, but it's got the V. Hell, it was like the Dean ML, the dime bag guitar.
Yep.
That was the body shape. I didn't, this is before Pantera, but I found it at a pawn shop for $125. I'm like, oh man, I would. It's as close to an Explorer as I can get. Bought it, put an EMG Select in it because I couldn't afford an EMG. Anything to be a. Oh. And
how old were you at this point?
15.
Okay.
Yeah. So and from there it was just all I ever wanted to be was a rhythm guitar player. I didn't want to do solos. I just wanted to be like James Hetfield, but literally down picking, palm muting, all that. How I fret my power chords is because of James Hetfield. He uses the pointy finger and the pinky finger. And that's how, from looking at pictures of him in Hit Parader magazine and, Heavy Metal magazine, all that, Metal Edge, all that shit. It was like, oh, there's a picture of James Hetfield. Fuck, I got to buy this magazine. And then seeing him, how he, would hold a power chord, all that stuff. And hell, even the color of my picks are green from how, his picks used to be back in the day.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, so big hero worship of the James Hetfield. And then, every band I got in, I ended up, I always had to play lead guitar because I knew all my scales and theory. And like,
I just want to play rhythm.
That's why it was so fun, being in Nevermore and Annihilator, getting to play guitar for those guys, because I was just backing up incredibly good solo guitar players, like, yeah, I get this riff, And then with Venom Inc., there's a lot of just great riff-orama, and there's some solos, so I get to have fun and play solos, but it's not like every song has, here's another solo, here's another solo, here's another solo. It's like some of the tunes just get the riff. It's great. So, yeah.
Awesome. I know first we're going to play the thing again. It usually plays the outro.
Was that 10 questions?
Yep.
That was rapid fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did a great job on the rapid fire questions, man.
Well, thanks, man.
I
know some of them were yes and no answers, but
no, that's good. I think you raised the bar on the rapid fire questions as far as how to answer them properly. The nose was really good because that's what he's looking for, is short answers to a lot of those questions.
I don't want anyone to think that I'm not interested in answering the questions or but
I think I was going to say, I think that you followed the instructions the best out of anybody who's done them so far.
Yeah, that
you get a medal.
That.
All right, I get medal.
You mentioned tech death.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that, but I'm very curious. I'm assuming it's like some very heavy metal, but with some futuristic instruments thrown in there, or synthesizers, something like that.
Well, there are synths in it, but it's not like techno.
Right.
So tech death is like really, really technically proficient, lots of fast blast beats and speed changes and technical guitar playing, and it's not herky jerky, but it shifts gears a lot.
Yeah.
So it's lots of technical guitar playing, like, and then the vocal vomit and all that good fun shit. So that's, in my opinion, that's tech death, technical death metal, or tech death. Yeah. But there's a lot of really cool boundary stretching that I hear from some of the bands that I really like that do that style of metal. There's one band, the Faceless, that I don't know if they're still a band anymore or not, but I mean, Christ, they had a saxophone solo on one of their records, with blast beats and shit. It's like, all right, so literally, fuck rules, fuck what's okay, fuck what's acceptable. We're just making songs that the way we like it. We want a saxophone. All right, bring one in. Fuck it.
It's like
I like it. It almost has. Yes, it's technical, and you have to really have your chops together. And there's blast beats and death vocals, but it almost feels like a very much a punk fuck you attitude of I'm going to do whatever I want with these incredible skills that I have. Rah, and I like that attitude. I like that not fitting easily in a box or within the rules of, well, this is what death metal is supposed to be, and this is what prog metal is supposed to be, and this is what thrash metal is supposed to be. And I like that, where people say, fuck it, I'm going to do what I want to do. Fuck it, this is my music. Fuck you, I'm doing this. I like that.
I think it's the best way. I think if you enjoy doing it, you're going to make better music. If you don't, if you feel like you're constricted, then you're not going to make as good music as you could if you're set free.
Yep.
Little Stash. Anything else for Curran tonight?
One other question I was just going to ask. He brought up the one band Faceless. What I wanted to ask, what other bands are you listening to now that you'd like to shout out that you think people should hear?
Well, I'm a little bit jaded, but the new Forbidden, which it's not, I don't think it's released yet. I got an advance copy because Chris Contos and Craig Cicero are very, very nice to me. So the new Forbidden, when that's available, fucking go get it. It's such an incredible record. I really enjoyed the new Haunted. Ola Englund is playing guitar in that band, and I have really enjoyed his guitar work, and just kind of his internet presence is very fun and enjoyable. But the new Haunted is good. The new Coroner, is really, really good. So awesome. Trying to think what other new music have I gotten my grubby little mitts on recently. There's a really fun kind of genty beatdown band. I'm not sure where they're from. I think they're from the US. Manhack. Those guys are fucking ridiculously good. Really, I'd probably put it in the realm of like Kubla Khan or what's that other kind of newer beatdown band? Oh shit, I can't fucking remember. But Manhack is good. Oh, and a really fun thrash metal band from Switzerland called Zonar, Xonor. They're super fun. Dig that band. Found them on Instagram and bought all their records. So. Well, it's one of those things, like if I find a band where I kind of like, oh, well, that's kind of cute, like I'll go and hit Spotify and listen to a couple of songs. And if I dig it, like, man, fuck you, I'll go buy the records. And that's how I listen to music. I don't listen to Spotify for music ever. I have a couple of podcasts I listen to. But I know those podcasters are getting paid, so I don't feel bad about using Spotify.
Yeah.
But Spotify for music, I avoid like the fucking plague, unless it's like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna like this band. Let me listen to a couple of tunes. Oh shit, fucking cool, and then I'll go buy their records. So,
do you buy vinyl or you buy CD?
I prefer buying vinyl. For a couple of reasons. One, I do enjoy the sound of it. I've noticed my classic vinyl, all my Jimi Hendrix records, my Zeppelin, and shit sounds cool. Shit sounds way better on vinyl. It just does. But you also get the download code, so you can put it on your phone, so you can go to the gym and work out with it. I always try to buy physical media. I do, especially if a band comes through on tour and shit. I was actually kind of pissed off at Testament when they came through on the Thrash of the Titans. I really, really, really want to get a vinyl copy of Souls of Black. It's one of my favorite Testament records of all time, but they don't tell you if there's a download code for the digital version of it. And I thought maybe at the venue, at the show, I'd be able to, hey, merch guy, let me see that record. Does it have a download code? Because then I'll buy the vinyl, yeah. So yeah, I always try to get physical media, always.
Nice. Well, Curran, tell everybody where they can find you personally, if you got social medias you want to promote, and then where everybody can. I guess everybody knows where to find Murder Inc. Not Murder Inc. I'm sorry.
Venom Inc. Yeah,
Venom Inc.
It's all good. So hey, so Venom Inc. obviously, so venominc.co.uk. That's the band's home website. venominc.co.uk. You can find videos and interviews and all that fun shit. Merch that you can't get on tour, you can get through there. We've got ticket links for every show that we're doing on this Black Label Society tour, and then the headlining shots that we're doing in between those dates, tour dates, tour information, all that good stuff. Release updates, venominc.co.uk. Then, of course, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. Venom Inc., we're on all those. So am I. So Custom Audio Mutation, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. You can find Curran, Curran Murphy on all those things too. Just fucking reach out. If I can't talk, I won't respond. And if I can, I'll sit there and shoot the shit. Fuck it. But so that's how you find me, and that's how you find Venom Inc. And we're looking forward to getting back on the road. It's every time I'm off the road, I feel like, fuck, we're not touring enough. And then when we're out on the road, it's like, fuck, let's tour more. So it's going to be nice to get back out on the road. I'm excited.
Well, It was a pleasure having you, and have a safe trip on your upcoming tour, leaving out Sunday.
Yep.
Curran, have a great rest of your weekend, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me onto the show, and it's been a blast, dude. Anytime you guys want to sit here and listen to me blab, just reach out.
Will do.
Sounds good, man. Take care, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, drop a comment, send it to everybody.